今天是2023年7月15号，现在是早上7点钟，这是在我们所住的酒店的外面的景色。我们呢将继续游玩大沼泽地国家公园。公园8点30开门，现在是8点钟。我们先把车停在这个外面，看一下周边的景色。我们今天上午首先参加的一个团是一个电瓶车2到3小时的旅游团，在大沼泽地国家公园鲨鱼谷这一边。
鳄鱼不会在外面吧？
哦，等一下就
哪里都有鳄鱼，
哪里都有鳄鱼。
对。我们现在第一次试玩360，现在看一看360是什么效果，不知道什么味道。
你这个吃的靠近水面啊，那交警没有。
你以为这个同志在捉虫，他在用360拍蚂蚁，进去里面有各种各样不同的蚂蚁。
这里跟这很近距离的实在去拍嘛。
我们看树上都是。
这个又来看，
飞来飞去的。
树上有好多不同的蚂蚁哦。
喂，我们用360来记录你们的生活。
你在打虫，不是你的这个像360不横的插进去噻。清晨了，看到这个本地人跑到这个公园的门口，拿出来钓东西，不知道他们准备钓什么。
钓鱼。
哪有鱼啊？谁知道？
是钓鱼了，不钓鱼了。
他们家就坐在这个进门的这里钓东西。我们在这等公园还没开门。
公园要8点半开门。
钓上来一个东西，钓了一个东西
啊，已经放到那个桶里面了。
没有，在地下，对。快呀！
快了，这个。
那公园前开门前可以钓一餐。
好像这个是捞飞行的，但他们不敢管，他这里。
钓了一个很小。哇，好像是钓饵吧？鳄鱼引来了，他们赶紧跑了。看鳄鱼，哇，好大一条，好漂亮的阳光照下。哇，游过来了！哇，看到尾巴！哇，录像啊！
录像。
然后照2张相。哇，好大一条的鱼！我下去啊。
你小心啊，不要太靠近啊。
老太太的手感着。
头浮在这不动了。哇，看眼睛。哇塞，钓上一条鱼，鳄鱼来了，这些人赶紧跑了。钓鱼的，他们也怕。这里一条大鳄鱼啊！我们这个同志在照鳄鱼。你小心草啊！你照相噻？
我照相。我怕它录了一点嘛，游的时候，现在不动的时候。
我们的摄影师在照鳄鱼啊！运气好，碰到鳄鱼了。我们进国家公园。 大沼泽地国家公园是美国首个以保护当地动植物为主的区域。公园包含9个不同但相互依存的生态系统，同时拥有西半球最大的红树林生态系统。园内栖息着数以百计的鸟类、鱼类、哺乳动物和爬行动物，当中包括39种受联邦保护的原生物种，例如美洲鳄、佛罗里达山狮和西印度海流。鲨鱼谷从这个 Trim Road 到这个观察塔呢，能让你有一个感受到大沼泽地公园心脏的体验。你可以走路、骑自行车，或者呢是用这个电车游去到这个观察塔。你看别人有专门来接车子，在这里你看这一圈骑单车2到3个小时嘛。你看那个鳄鱼就躺在路上，看到没有？我们不骑车，我们是坐车嘛。然后我们是坐这个 Trim Tour 的最早的这一班，是这个9点半的，看到没有？这个是一个2个小时长的，这个时间的这个游玩，大人是29块，你要是62岁以上呢就是23块，小孩呢3到12岁呢是以15块。
18迈嘛，走这个
到了这个观察塔这里，这是这个店子商店，这一个鳄鱼的冰箱贴。很多冰箱贴啊，还有帽子、衣服。你想买件衣服吗？这是干的 season 是12月、1月、2月、3月、4月，剩下的都是雨季，只有干湿季这里分。你现在来的时候是雨季，湿季是从5月开始了，5月、6月、7月，6月是下雨最多的，7月。我打开看一下啊。大沼泽地坐落在石灰岩顶部，水渗透过这块岩石，就像液体渗透过一个海绵一样。柱齿草生长在整个大沼泽地。柱齿草是沙草，而不是真正的草，又叫草禾，鳄鱼用它来固巢。当鳄鱼在旱季扩大它们使用的洞时，就会形成泥滩。河岸只比沼泽高出几英寸，但这足以养柳树。柳花吸引授粉昆虫，柳枝支撑鸟巢。有些树足够高，很少会完全湿透。这些树通常支撑着茂密的藤蔓等，为鹿和豹等提供藏身之处。
鳄鱼，这个鳄鱼的这个形状像这个 U 型的，是淡水鳄鱼，这个脸是 U 型，就这个地方的鳄鱼，这就是淡水鳄鱼，叫所以英文叫做 elegant。然后另外一种鳄鱼是海水鳄鱼，那一种这个脸像个 V 字形一样的是吧？更加尖，这种叫做是美国这个咸水 crocodile， 所以我们今天看的是这种 U 型水的，是淡水的，这种尖的肯定海里面才能看到，我们那边看到淡水鳄鱼。
哇，这里有个大鳄鱼哦。手伸到鳄鱼里面去了，你不怕鳄鱼咬你啊？咬你哦！这就是我们要坐的车子，马上就要过来了，就请大家跟着我们的车子和镜头一起游玩。
Garbage and belongings. If there's anybody still with tickets, please pass them over to your left so we can get going. No, they told you it's a 2-hour tour when you purchased your tickets, but they lied. They lied. It's a 2-week tour. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm saying it, man. Come on. All right. We have some introductions and some rules to go over. My name is Kelly. Hello, everybody. I'll be your tour guide for the next 2 weeks. Hello. Hello. But more importantly, because she obviously has our lives in her hands right now, could I get a warm welcome for our driver, Barbara? Yay, Barbara! You always look so excited when you do this. Barbara, actually, we are in great hands. We are. I think it's been about a month since. Now, she is going to try to avoid the hikers and bikers, but she's also doing the wildlife spotting. I'm going to be staring at all of you for the next 2 weeks, but she's going to be looking forward. There is a large bird in the prairie. That is the great blue heron. We're going to keep just slowly rolling by because I could honestly guarantee you we're going to see another 30 of those, okay? That is a very common bird, so you actually might see white specks out of the prairie. That is the great egret. We're also going to see another 30 to 40 of those. You know, but we'll stop for the ones that are closer.
一望无边的大沼泽地，哇，里面全部是湿漉漉的水。
As good as they used to be when I first started working on it. Turkey vulture. Turkey vulture. That is a turkey vulture. We also have black vultures, but right here on Barbara's side is Freddie. This is a great egret. I just made up. You actually might see white specks out on the prairie. That is the great. So when oceans rise, because the temperature of the planet is a little hotter, oceans rise, coral reefs form. When it gets a little colder, oceans drop. Those coral reefs are exposed to the sun, they die, and that happens over and over, creating about a 2 to 3 mile. But Alaska at the time was not part of the United States. Alaska then became part of the United States afterwards, and then that dropped, which is stingray. Yeah. You mind back? Could you back it up a little bit? We're not really supposed to back these things up. Sometimes the back cart goes swimming. But if you see that thing that looks like a rock, in the middle of the grass, this is called spike rush, that type of vegetation. That is the top of the head of an American alligator. Now, I know this is not the best view, but there you go. It does kind of look like a rock. It's also still, some of it's still attached to the ground. That is called periphyton. It is a community of algae, of cyanobacteria, of detritus, thousands of microorganisms. It is the very basis of the food chain out here, and it helps filter the water. As well as, actually, something pretty cool, is a vulture, and when it turns, I'll tell you the exact species. I think is a black vulture, but I'm not 100% because my eyes are not as good as they used to be when I first started working on it. Turkey vulture. Turkey vulture. That is feet tall, and they have about a 4-foot wingspan. What? No. That's just what I picture. I'm sorry. I got you excited. I'm sorry. It's also not so hot. I mean, it is hot. You can find sharks at the other entrances, actually. To finish up with what I was saying before. They retain water longer than the rest of the prairie. Alligators think we built them for them. Pretty much every pipe has one living in it. So if we don't see it outside, it's just underneath the road. So keep your eyes peeled. Sometimes you may see just the tip of the snout sticking out of the water. A lot of the time when we do stop, they just kind of go back into the covert. So like I said, please keep your eyes peeled. Around, 7-ish, 6-7 feet. Now, I have one of those osteoderms to show you. These are the bumps on the back of this alligator. So what it looks like underneath their skin. So it's their organ, skeleton, muscle, osteoderm, skin. They lie side by side, strictly connected by skin. Now, because this is bone, hard bone, this is literal body armor. Now, a guy this big doesn't really have much to worry about, but he does have to worry about other larger alligators. These animals are solitary. They are territorial. Sometimes males fight till the death. Sometimes it's just a little chase off, but sometimes it's actually gruesome. This, I'll tell you a story about how I got this osteoderm. I'm going to pass it around so you guys can see it. But you'll notice there's a little chipped part on the top corner. So I work with exotic animals, I work with crocodilians, and I came across the alligator pit with two of the bulls fighting. And one of them, right when I got there, grabbed the other one by the neck, bit down, and that popped off. It was awesome. They're fine. They're both fine. They're honestly, these guys are survivalists. Deep, but it could get over this road, actually. And then it could become bone dry, which I'll explain a little bit more now, the time of year that happens. But first, I told you earlier that we are the third largest. I'm going to give you the top 5, and I'm going to explain why I'm bringing these other national parks up. Now, if you've been to these parks, if you want to participate, you may raise your are fully mature. All of them, including the tiny ones. Actually, check out this tiny one right here. It has cones on it, cones indicating that it is a fully mature female. You can actually tell the sex of the cypress trees. The ones with the cones are females, the ones without the cones are males. Now, all of them are fully mature, and they're all estimated to be about 100 to 150 years old. For those roots to spread down, allowing the trees in the center to get taller, giving it that dome-like shape. Hence the name cypress dome. Now they are bald cypress because they are deciduous conifers. They drop all of those needles, making them look completely dead during the peak of the dry season. This is a way to conserve as much energy as possible. Thank you, Barbara. Yes, it's a reddish color. We have a species of exotic eel. Swallowing it, he's going to swallow it, and then he's going to take a little sip of water. That's cool. That's so cool. So this eel, there's a little sip, and it's down the hatch. Freshwater eel from Asia. It was imported here by the pet trade. It was people just dumping their aquariums. This actually, I read an article that this eel is actually causing more issues than the Burmese python, which is insane to think about. Unfortunately, because we have a lot of farmland, we get a lot of agriculture runoff. And the strongest bite of an American alligator ever recorded was 2,000. If you drove from Miami, you passed over some bridges.
Hi. Oh, good girl.
Hello. Right, yes, good observation, actually. The ones that are here, usually very common to see or easy to see. There's no reason in the wild why something would be holding an alligator's mouth shut. So, they did not evolve, they did not adapt to have that strong muscle to be able to constantly open their mouth. It's huge. Alright, let's go. River of Sharks, Shark River. Because we're the headwaters to Shark River, that is how we get the shark part of it. But the valley part, I told you there's a valley technical definition of
现在我们从电瓶车下来到这个观察塔，可以看这里的全景。
有点10:55再上车。这个整个的样子。
嗯。 走了。这是那种果子。哇，鱼，好多鱼呀！
Oh, yes, yes, alligator head in the culvert. Hold on, we're backing it up. Yes, look how crystal clear. So guys, look at it real quick. We're going to roll it up so the back tram's trying to avoid a predator. Obviously, if they're worked up, when they go underneath trying to avoid a predator, they're not going to be able to stay under that long. But if they're calmly going down, they could stay under for hours. Now, if the temperature is cold, and I mean cold, they could actually be under the water for up to northwest of us, but it looks like the radar is saying that it's coming from the south. So, what's behind us is what we're going to be getting. I think we're good.